All right, I'm El Jefe, one of the pit masters of El Jefe Smoke. Welcome to my kitchen. As you may have seen, there's a wide array of ingredients on the island today, and we're going to be trying to incorporate all these ingredients into a dish. That dish is going to be called Wurst Newfield, Maine Barbecue Brats. What we have is a bunch of ingredients sent to us by Humphrey Smokers in West Newfield, Maine, to incorporate into kind of a dish for a chopped challenge. So this is super exciting. And so we're going to get going by making some basically bratwurst, step one. So let's get rolling. We're going to be starting with a nice Canadian pork picnic from Du Breton, and I believe that their parent company of Du Breton also owns North Country Smokehouse here in New Hampshire. If you have not ever had North Country Smokehouse, it's the best store-bought bacon that you can buy. It's absolutely delicious. They have a fruitwood smoked bacon. They have a Cobb smoked bacon, which I absolutely love. And so we're going to get rolling with butchering this pork up into chunks that will feed into the grinder. All right. I don't butcher too many pork picnics usually for sausage. Usually I go with a pork butt. They didn't really have anything that I liked. So what we're going to do is try to butcher this up. Just taking off the skin right now. I really want to try to use the fat. Kind of the ideal fat to meat ratio in a sausage is 30% fat. And yes, I know I'm dangerous cutting, and 70% meat. So that's why I'm going to try to save this nice soft fat under the skin. As you saw with the previous shot, or you can see here, nice thick fat cap. It looks beautiful. So we're going to try to save that and use it as our fat component in our sausage today. Alrighty, when we were away, I measured out the pork, and right there is 5 pounds. So that's what we're going to use for this recipe. Phase 2 is going to be mixing together our spice blend mix for the sausage, and where we'll use our first Humphrey's ingredient, their herbal remedy rub. So we're going to be adding a little salt, pepper, white pepper, ground ginger, mustard, nutmeg, granulated onion, and marjoram, and of course the Humphrey's Herbal Remedy rub. So that is going to be our spice blend. All right, time for the spice blend, and we might as well start right off with the Humphrey's Herbal Remedy. Now, I've been thinking about this, tasted it, looked at it. It's a little coarse, so we're going to go 1 strong tablespoon into the spice blender. We're just going to whack this real quick. That's it. So there we go. Now, sausage needs salt. We got salt in the Humphrey's rub, So we're going to do like half a tablespoon salt. And we're going to do, and I do fresh ground, so it's in a jar, grind it myself in the spice blender over there. Tablespoon black pepper. Tablespoon of the marjoram. Ooh. Oh yeah, look at that green goodness. That's gonna give us some flavor. Another tablespoon of the white pepper. Getting really low on white pepper, that's okay. There we go. White pepper. And we're good. Now let's switch to 2 tablespoons of granulated onion. 1, 2. Remember now, this is going into 5 pounds of meat. I'm gonna do 1 teaspoon of the nutmeg. And 1 teaspoon of the mustard. It was hard for me to tell. I was trying to figure out what was in this Humphrey's rub. There's things that look like mustard seed, but we'll, thinking a sausage can handle it. A little extra. And then we're going to do a half a teaspoon of ginger. And then we're gonna get a couple ingredients I forgot, which is celery seed and a little cardamom, so we'll be right back with that. All right, we're back. Celery seed, cardamom pods. I don't have it ground, so we're gonna grind it ourselves. And cardamom will be another half a teaspoon. So we'll just do that, throw it right back in our spice grinder. Boosh, just like that. And oh, while we're at it, we might as well grind the celery seed, even though it won't grind. And the celery seed was 2 teaspoons. And that's it. That's all the spices that are going in. We'll give that a good stir, and that is going to go in to our ground pork mixture. Time to grind some meat, and we're going to be using another ingredient straight from the hard-working people in Vienna, Maine, where they make these tiny little sausages. So thank you to all 580 people that live up there. We'll be incorporating their wonderful sausage into our mix. I had the sausage and the pork in the freezer. We are going to mix the little Maine sausages in with the pork. First up is a coarse grind. Then we're going to do a mix in the spices after and do a finer grind. Here we go. All right, so what you saw is a little too much rushing. The sausage was not grinding real great because I really should have froze it again after the first grind, but I didn't. But we're gonna add another secret ingredient from Mexico, Maine into our brats, and we're gonna get this, even though it's already started, a little emulsified, so we're gonna want this sausage and spice mixture mixed up until it's tacky. All right, 5 pounds of meat. We're gonna add half a cup milk powder. Mix this in, and it's gonna refrigerate it for a little bit. Cooled down, and we'll set up the stuffer. Alrighty, the time has come. We're gonna stuff some sausages. I did not want to torment you all watching me try to make sausage. The ones I messed up in the beginning, I just cut them open, put the meat back in the stuffer, and sent them on back down the line. So, here we are. There is our 5 pounds of sausage, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go put it in the fridge. Alrighty, look at that, super hot, smells beautiful in here. Let me kill the fan real quick, just so you can hear me. Let's go, let's load up the Humphreys. So the way I always start it is I leave a little hole in the edge of the fire basket right here, and I just dump the hot charcoal right in there, just like so. Just like that. So, because I'm wearing my gloves, which I don't always do, we can just go ahead and close the fire basket. However, I do use the Humphrey's pick stick a lot. It's an awesome tool. Close that up. We're gonna let it come up to temperature a little bit. I'm gonna probably smoke it low for a little bit, like 225, just to get some smoke on it. I'm just gonna run this Basque charcoal. The smoke it gives off is just really good with pork. It's gonna be excellent with these sausages. I use it on all my meats, but let's get this thing going. I'm gonna start my fireboard blower, and my controller's on the phone that I'm recording on, so let's go ahead and pump it up. All right, let's do this. Smoker's only at 142, but we're going to put these bad boys on now. As you can tell, easily touch the grate, no problem. All right, it's been an hour. These are probably actually at 160, probably done. We're going to check that out right now. $162. 156. 169, 170, we are toast. There we go. So what we're gonna do is get them cooled down. So We're going to put them in this pan. We're going to cool them down. Some of our lager from Mexico, Maine. There's one. There's two. Oh, they look thirsty. Let's let them drink. That's it. There we go. So I'll take those. And plus it's cold out here. Don't know if you've been seeing my breath tonight on the video, but live in New Hampshire. It's February. Well, technically March today. So these things will be cooled off in no time, but they're pretty cool right now, bubbling along. Very nice. There we go. Final day of the Humphrey's Chopped Mystery Box Challenge. We're going to start by making our sauerkraut mixture because it's going to take kind of the longest because we're going to reduce down a bunch of onions. So what we're going to start with, equal parts oil and Kate's butter. Fun fact, Kate's homemade butter is made in Old Orchard Beach, Maine. So we're going to put them in the pan and get them going. We'll adjust the camera. Medium heat. Kate's butter. And probably roughly equal part of oil. Extra virgin olive oil. Let that warm up, get toasty, and then we're going to put all these one large sweet / Vidalia onion into the pot. All right, into the frying pan we go with the onions. Very nice. To that, we're going to just kind of break these up a little bit. Make sure you cut them into strips because sauerkraut really isn't chunky. So I'm trying to go for the same kind of feel. So we're gonna get those in the pan, and then we're going to add 1 tablespoon of granulated sugar. And then we're going to add, let's do a ½ teaspoon freshly ground black pepper. I might have mentioned this before, but I grind it up at a regular interval, so I have fresh ground pepper. That's why it's in the jar. All right, there's that. So we're gonna let this cook for a little bit. Want to see these things soften, maybe get a little color, so we'll check back in a while, show you what they're looking like. Then we're going to add the sauerkraut, and we're going to add some sweet pickle relish. And that's going to be our sauerkraut mixture. And yes, we're going to put in both cans that came in the mystery box. So, alrighty. So, while we're getting these onions to a state where we would like them, we're going to also start making our barbecue sauce for our barbecue brat. Going to use Humphrey's Awesome Sauce from Maine. We're going to use Swedish fish from Sweden, Maine. And we're going to use Moxie, not from Maine. Although the people in Lisbon Falls throw a big parade festival every year. It was created in Lowell, Massachusetts, made in Atlanta for a long time, then made in this town here, Bedford, New Hampshire, where it is still actually produced by that company in Bedford down the road in Londonderry. So, fun fact, despite all the love, Moxie is not from Maine. So, we are going to start with awesome sauce, 1 cup. And we're going to go 1/4 cup of Moxie. And last but not least, this is why we're starting this now. We're going to melt these fish down. Look at these bad boys. I'm going to put them right in the sauce. Yeah. In you go. One's going in my mouth. All right. Here we go. All righty. It's Moxie testing time. 2 boys that have never tried Moxie in their lives are going to try the Moxie.
Looks like root beer, kind of.
Well, you'll tell me. So, Ezra first.
Ooh, that actually tastes good.
You like it?
Yeah, I like that. I don't like the aftertaste, though. Yeah, the aftertaste does not taste good.
I completely agree with that. It's really weird tasting. It tastes like if you took root beer and then actually used roots.
Root beer with real roots.
Yeah,
just
with tree roots. Yeah.
What are you're done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Ezra?
I'm done now.
You want more? Do you want more?
Yeah.
Okay, have at it.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. The official Moxie tasting. All right, as previously mentioned, sauerkraut's going right in. We don't want to upset Jaina from AmazyQ, so we're going to put the lids in the cans. And we're going to add 1/4 cup sweet pickle relish, just like that. So we're going to let this now cook for a while longer, basically until we're ready to serve. And this is our sauerkraut little contraption that we've made. So there we go. All right, our coals are burning nice. Look at that, nice and clean. Put them in here, our Weber kettle, and we're gonna grill some sausage. Look at that. Oop, a few scragglers. There we go. Love having this concrete floor. All right. All right, last ingredient. Away we go. ramen, more specifically beef teriyaki. All right, 90 seconds or so. We're gonna drain our noodles. And we're gonna put them in here, just like that. And then we're going to heat some oil because we're gonna fry them. But first, while the oil is warming, we're gonna mix in our packet of seasoning. All right, so actually what we're going to do, we're gonna double fry these. So we've got them going here in kind of long form. We're gonna then, for a little extra texture, cut these up and just get a little bit more crisp on them. So you can see how they're still a little moist. They're not hard fried. But we're just going to put a little more fry on these. You can see some of them about where we want them already, but we're going to get them kind of all like that. All right, so into the pot they go. This should only take like a minute. The noodles are got some crisp on them, but they're still a little pliable. So these are done, so we're going to shut that off. We're going to build this. I'm going to take a little of our sauerkraut mixture, lay it in. Very nice. Then we're going to take some of our fried noodles. There we go. Find a beautiful sausage. Some of our barbecue sauce, which is very thick. And very sweet because of the Swedish fish. And some Dijon mustard. And there you have it. I think we're going to add a little bit more of this mixture to it. Right down here. Yep. There we go. And there we have the Wurst Newfield barbecue brat. All right, let's build our bratwurst. So we're going to add some of our sauerkraut mixture. Ooh, there it goes. Like that. I'm going to add some of our fried noodles, which are set up very nicely. They're perfect right now. Right along the bottom, just like that. Then, on top of there, we add one of our brats. Look at that. Nice. And then, this guy's a little tippy. I'm going to add some of the awesome sauce spiked with moxie and Swedish fish. There we go. Then we're going to add some Dijon mustard. Just like that. And then our final ingredient, our chicharrones. So we're going to add the crushed chicharrones right on top. Voila. There we go. And that is your Wurst Newfield barbecue brat.